Hello and welcome to another episode of the LendAPI Partner Podcast. Today, my guest is Jose Plehn. He's founder and CEO of BrightQuery. Welcome to the podcast, Jose.
Thank you, Rutger, and happy to be here.
Now, let's start off with your origin story. How did BrightQuery get started?
Sure. So I used to be a professor. So I started off as an economics professor, then became an accounting professor at Berkeley. I also ran an accounting research center there. Then I was a finance professor at UCLA and ran a research center there as well. And throughout my academic career, I saw that there was a need for higher quality business information, in particular as it pertains to small businesses. So in the early days as an economist, I started working with various U.S. government agencies, the IRS, Census Bureau, Department of Labor, and various others. I learned that there's a wide variety of filings and information that are collected by government agencies that could shed additional insights on businesses. And so fast forward almost 20 years, which seems like a long time ago, and that vision, that dream, has become a reality.
Now, what is the number one use case that you solve for?
Sure. So most of our customers use us to help basically do KYB, know your business, know your customer, and credit-related checks of the small businesses. So we have extremely high-quality legal, financial, organizational, ownership, and credit information on every legal entity and every business in the United States. In fact, our coverage and depth is so accurate, so comprehensive, we in fact sell this information back to the government. They in fact utilize this information themselves to help them understand the economy. And as far as we know, we're the only company that does this work. Moreover, we've even built AI systems for government to analyze this information that we collect. So our clients use this to figure out, okay, this person or this small business that's approaching us, are they legitimate? Are they in good standing? What's their financial situation? We have a full income statement. We have full balance sheet for almost every business in the United States. And there's over 70 million businesses in the United States. There's a huge, massive coverage. And so they can do deep due diligence on these businesses and also figure out what exactly is the ownership structure, who are the principals, and even what are the emails and addresses, residential addresses of the owners, so they can verify all the information that's being provided, by the applicant or the lead that's coming in.
That sounds very very powerful. That data set for KYB, know your business, and that's a really big vote of confidence that the government actually buys back the information from you. That is great to hear. Now, tell us your favorite customer story.
Sure. So we were deeply involved in the heyday of the employee retention credit or employee retention tax credit that was offered from the COVID era to small businesses. There was rampant fraud and abuse, and we're proud to say that we played a huge role in helping prevent a lot of that fraud and abuse. So we were used by one of the largest ERC or ERTC vendors in the United States, and we were able to detect about roughly about 40% of the leads coming in we suspected of fraud. We were able to detect when a business actually has employees or not. And for those of the audience who are familiar with the ERC, one of the requirements was that you had employees during the COVID era and that you were affected by that. We have means of verifying that and checking that, even without checking explicitly with the IRS or with the business, just for the information that we collect. We know whether a business is an employer or not and how many quarters they've been having employees and the sort of the financials associated with that. So we're able to kind of verify that, and even things like EIN, is this a real business? Is that their actual address? Are these the actual owners? And how much in payroll did they pay out? How much in revenue did they make through that period? And were they affected? So that was really a trial by fire for us, to really see, okay, how accurate and legitimate is this information, and can it really be put to action And we helped this one client not only eliminate, about 40% of, bad actors. 40% of those coming in were bad actors, but also we kind of flipped the script and use that information to find leads.
Yeah.
And we were able to help them generate an amazing $4 billion in revenue using our information.
Yeah.
By finding and targeting the actual legitimate small businesses that had employees and that were affected, by COVID. So yeah, we love that example. We made them a lot of money, and we're extremely happy for it.
That is a wonderful story, and thank you for helping out. Those are difficult times during COVID, and important that the money went to the right people, not to the bad actors. So glad to hear that you were able to help and actually find more leads to get help as well during difficult times. That might be a good point to wrap this up. Thank you very much, Jose, for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Rucker.
This was another episode of the LendAPI Partner Podcast.